Welcome to The Eyes of Indigo with your infinitely curious hosts, Iris Carter and Margot Ross Sears. Our show is broadcast live at 9:30 p.m. Wednesdays. Socio-spiritual topics are laced with humor as we discuss weird stuff in a rational way. Learn more about us in our first episode, The Prequel. Shows are recorded and available on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, iTunes, and other aggregators. A keyword searchable index is at iriscarter.com/EOI directory. Share ideas and comments in the program chat or by email. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share our show. Let us know you're here by typing your hello in the comments because we are thrilled to welcome you as we begin another adventure right now.
Hello.
Hello. Happy Wednesday.
Yes, Wednesday, middle of the week.
Very well, halfway home to the weekend. Yep.
Yes. Of course, that's kind of rough for people who work on weekends and they're going, I just started work today. Or Hey,
Exactly.
Lisa, how are you doing?
Hi, Lisa Angel. Good to see you again. So, excellent. Welcome to the show, Eyes of Indigo. I am Margot. Beside me is Iris.
Yay.
And we will be your psychic readers tonight.
Yay! Yes, we have our psychic readings tonight. We do this once a month, and we appreciate y'all entrusting us with that. Hey, Dale and Jeannie, there they are. Yeah.
Hey.
I thought I hit it and didn't. Yeah, good to see you. So yeah, we do this once a month, and we're open to answering questions. It can be any kind of question that you want to ask. Hello, Joseph Dunn. It can be past, present, future. It can be personal. It can be general. It can be whatever. If you don't know what to ask, a lot of times people will ask kind of like, well, what do I need to know now? What do my guides want me to know now? Or what does the universe
What do my guides look like? What are their names? What do I need to do? Who shot JFK? Who would a man of war actually won the Triple Crown? Who really sank the Titanic? I mean, you can ask stuff like that has almost nothing to do with you.
But also what we will do is we will respond to, we'll do short answers. Let me put it that way. We're not going to get into a lot of, they're mini readings. We're not going to get into a lot of back and forth and a lot of long involved, that's a whole nother issue. If you want to contact one of us later, we have service that, you can visit our websites and contact us for that.
Both of us offer this service professionally as well. Yeah.
And then also remember, we tell people when you're coming for a reading, when you're asking a question here, the universe tends to group people together in a funky way that is like other people's readings. You'll generally get something from it. You're here for a reason and they're here for a reason. And a lot of times it's so that you can hear the same information. I also want to remind people, often on Facebook, if you're coming to us from Facebook, a spammer will almost always pop up, and they will
rooms.
And they'll say, contact me for your free reading, and it's total spam. The account's not real. Ignore it. I'll try to go on the site and boot them, but it's distracting and it's hard for me to do that. And we just want you to know up front, ignore that crap. If somebody really
if a stranger approaches you during the show, block them, ignore them, whatever.
Right. And I had somebody says, do you do fertility questions? We'll take any kind of question. Whatever answers come. And I thought you'd get a kick out of this cartoon
Psychic
where
readings.
yeah, you can describe it if you want more.
Okay. It's a cartoon of two people sitting around a table with a crystal ball on it, and it said the little table sign says psychic readings, and a spirit ghost is floating up behind the reader person, the psychic person, and this little spirit ghost is saying, "Someone in my family has a name that begins with the letter S."
I thought that was cute. You always get that, you know.
Can happen.
Yeah, and I will admit, I have a terrible time remembering names of the living, much less understanding names from people on the other side. You know, I'll tell my daughter, "Oh, I met so and so. I can't think of her name, or I met somebody. I can't think of her name, but you know her. Her name begins with an H." And then it'll be like Sheila, and Sheila doesn't begin with an H, and it's like, oh well, there's an H in it. I can't help it.
The
I write
sound.
down numbers and flip them. How am I supposed to get letters?
Memory dyslexia there. Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. So we take questions first come, first serve. So if you've got questions, start getting
Write 'em in the chat.
And Heather
Hi,
says
Heather.
hello, Rosemary.
Heather, and Heidi, and Miranda, and Rosemary. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So looks like Miranda's going to be the first up, and she's saying, "Can you please tell me what date of September I will conceive?" So she's wanting to get pregnant, and evidently she is sure she is going to get pregnant in September.
And that is cool.
I would say if you know that much, you probably already know the date.
I'm getting a read on it already, and I keep hearing 15, 16. September 15, 16. They're telling me when you start the effort earlier in the month, that by the 15th, 16th, you're going to be able to test it and know. You'll be able to identify it, or the doctor will, or a pregnancy over-the-counter test will be able to detect it, or whatever, by the 15th or the 16th. But she's right. In September, there is a super high probability of that because she is manifesting extremely well now.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Congratulations ahead of time, Miranda. Have fun with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Lisa says, so what do my guides say for me? So guides. Okay.
Lisa, across the bottom of your picture, are those Legos or a flag? Because that jumped out at me and it looks like something. It's a flag. It's a flag. Is that
blue, yellow, red?
I don't know.
No,
that
it's
country.
Blue and yellow, and she's got something on that's red under it. So it's
the blue and yellow is Ukraine.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. Okay.
And Miranda says hello.
Legos. Miranda said thank you so much. Absolutely. Yeah, you're welcome. Namaste. Namaste. So the blue and yellow Lego kind of looked like it was a trigger about toys and playing and something. Lisa, you're missing the element of play and joy in your life is what your guides want to point out. It's kind of hard sometimes to find the time or the energetic motivation to relax into playtime. So they're showing me that even when that's happening for you, you still need to play. Go do some energetic playing instead. Shadow boxing, running, make bread dough and beat the hell out of it. Grill steaks and pound them for tenderizing. Pound them into flat and make fajitas out of them. Go find some pillows and a pillow fight with your loved ones or your children, and carefully, but do something strenuous to get yourself laughing like a maniac, or at least very happy with getting it out. They're saying that joy and happy fun time doesn't always have to be relaxing. It can be highly energetic and actually quite aggressive. If you like, they're showing me pictures of you playing chess and whacking the crap out of a ball. They're also showing me volleyball, whacking the crap out of the ball. And for some reason, they're showing me you've teed up a bunch of golf balls and you're just wham, 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 just beating the crap out of them at the tee golfing range. You know, you don't even have to walk the whole course. Just go to a practice golf range and just beat the snot out of those balls and shoot them far, far, far away. Basketball, same thing. You can run the heck out of yourself shooting and shooting. But they're saying you need to move and be happy and joyful and do this aggressive stuff in the nature of play. And when you're tired and you've had enough, stop. Do another kind of relaxation and play. Okay? Run with your dog. Pound the pavement. Walk with your dog. Bicycle with your dog. Good stuff like that. That's another one. Children, same thing. Put them on a leash. Let them run. Let them tow your bicycle.
Be like little huskies, you know.
Yeah,
Mush,
put a chest harness on your child and a dog leash on their back. Put your feet on a skateboard and let them pull you down the parking lot or down the sidewalk. And then when they're tired of doing it, you can switch and tow them around and have fun with it. Sit down on the skateboard.
Reminds me of a joke I had in a children's joke book, my little golden book of children's jokes when I was about 5 years old. So we're talking in the 60s. And it was, the joke was, Mom says, Henry, share the sled with your sister. I do, Mom. She has it going up the hill and I have it coming down.
Yes, you can pull that one on younger kids sometimes.
So, okay, Joseph asked us, how did you two meet? So, Joseph is getting some background on us.
No worries. Oh my gosh, how long ago
Journey
was
of
that?
the Spirit, didn't we?
I think it was. Did we meet before we were at the education center?
Yes, at
Tavane's
place, and you know she had that extra place on the
EBN.
corner. Yeah.
I was hosting a lecture series that was like twice a month in Greensboro, North Carolina, right after the turn of the century, turn of the millennia.
Yeah.
And this was like in 2004, 5, 6, 7, somewhere in there. And it was very popular in the Triad, Greensboro, Winston-Salem, High Point Triad area. And Iris was a part of that community. And we connected, and she reminded me of some other people that I met. And we got introduced her and introduced them and and made connections and started hanging out in similar circles. And then 2020 hit. Everybody stopped working and everybody got on the phone and started talking and reviving old friendships. And Iris and I had a couple of really profound phone calls that were like, 6, 7, 8 hours long?
Yeah, seems like it. Yeah, at least.
And some of them were deep meditations together. And because she lived in Greensboro and I now live at the coast about 3 or 4 hours away.
And I did know you better when I was at the Creative Center. I got to know you much better then. You had just moved to the beach, but you were coming up and looking for a spot for those meetings to happen, the lectures to continue happening. And it was in the same building I was working in. So then I was coming to those too. So that we got a little closer then. And then naturally, then 2020, like I said, it was like, holy cow. Magnets.
Yeah, we knew about each other and then got to know each other gradually. And then there were times that we didn't know each other at all.
And I helped for a while. I did start volunteering.
You helped for a while. Lua, Light and Energy Workers Association. I'm the founder and pastor of that. Iris eventually became one of our adjunct pastors, and did a lot of help with that lecture. That lecture series was called Journey of the Spirit, and it just, our relationship has germinated over 15 years, and it really culminated in 2020. And by September of 2020, we started this podcast together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that gives you more than a nutshell. So
For sure.
yeah.
Thanks for asking, Joseph. That was fun.
Memory lane. Okay, so Angela.
Oh, Miranda gave us a compliment.
Yes, she did, and I responded on the
That's
thing.
later on.
Sweet.
Thank you. Yep, and Lisa said that was Ukraine. Yep.
Yeah. So
Angela, you're next, baby girl.
Yeah, I have a job interview tomorrow for a job I think I'd really love. It's an instructional assistant full-time at an elementary school. Will I get it? Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God. If they let you anywhere near the kids, they'll all Velcro to you. They'll have to hire you because that's the only way they're getting their kids back. They'll come right back. Oh my God. As much fun as you would have, those kids would just totally love you. They would so latch on. Holy
I will say this, Angela. I mean, I really think that you've got a good chance at this tomorrow.
Yeah.
If for some reason it doesn't come through, they're going to call you for another position.
They're still interested in her one way or the other.
Yeah. There'll be something will come out of it. If the job doesn't come out of it, if that specific job doesn't come out of it, another job will. It'll be either they'll refer you to somebody else. Sometimes they have somebody that's already there that's in line for the job, but they're interviewing other people just in case, but they're going to be impressed. You're going to get something out of this. Yes, for sure.
I keep seeing front desk admin checking kids in and out and handling that kind of stuff. That's another option, but maybe that might be a later option, whatever. But yet they want you. And that's going to double down once they have their interview with you. Honey, have fun. That is so, the vibe is exciting for you. That's excellent. Yeah, make sure you get near some kids. Watch their reaction alone seal the deal.
Yeah.
And parents too. That will seal the deal. They will say, this lady cares about the welfare of my child. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Rosemarie, what do my guides have to say to me related to 8/22/23? What's 8/22/23?
Okay. I know the Orange Man is supposed to make some sort of earth-shattering announcement on August 22, 23, but I don't know if Rosemarie, if you follow that particular political figure or not. So I don't know if that's relative. Are you being vague about the date on purpose?
Yeah.
Type in.
It's like I'm trying to think. That's next Tuesday.
Tuesday. That's next Tuesday. Or are we forgetting about a major event that's supposed to happen next Tuesday? I don't think August. I know public school starts the week after that in North Carolina. But
I don't know. I guess we just need to. I jumped.
Yeah, the only thing that's popping in my head is the Orange Man. Yeah, the Orange Man speech is the only thing that popped in my head. Not ours. Rosemarie, we will circle back around to you because for some reason that date is throwing us off. So there's some energy on that one.
I don't know why the date leapt out at me like that, but I think
feel into it. Is it a numerology thing for you? For her?
There's the 3 2s are in there. What are 2s in numerology?
Couples, partnerships, connection.
It's not related to the Orange Man. It's related to something she's doing.
Okay.
Are you pairing off with someone for that?
Yeah, that's a partnership team, beginning of a team. new connections, new beginnings. Altogether, what's 9 plus 8? 17? Circling right back around 17. 8 plus 2 plus 8 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 is 17.
6, 9, 17, yeah. Which is 8.
Okay, that's a political number as well. 17 is. 8 is also, if you add the 1 and 7, you get 8. That's also a new beginning. That's all, not so much a new beginning, but that's 2, 2, 2, 2. That's 4 twos. So that's lots of twos. The 4 is 2 twos also. So in other words, there's a partnership and a team that's going to get kind of big.
Yeah.
But it's still going to be very cohesive and balanced and successful. They're showing me whoever you're bringing the idea to or starting with or got your first project or your first meeting or whatever it is you're doing on next Tuesday, they're showing me that yes, and that the people involved will totally get it. And you're going to start meeting more and more people that are on the same page.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think she's, yeah, your efforts are finally, she says, I do have a committee working with me on that day. Big meeting. Yeah. Yeah. It's coming together for you, dear.
That perfect. That's the exact way it's coming together. And that will be, it'll crystallize starting that day.
Yes.
Hard, fast, perfectly. Choom, go, go, go. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm just going through the comments just so people kind of know where we're going. Miranda had said she was wanting to know if she could ask another question, and she was very sweet and said we're beautiful, by the way, which that's very kind. And I responded and said you can ask more than one question, but we're going to run through everybody's first question first, and then we'll come back to your second question. Or if you kind of want to wait a few minutes before you post, we'll get to the question. So yes. And then that brings us, yeah, down to Heidi. So she says, "Hi, girls. What message are you getting for me? I love these, by the way. It's so effing fun. Yes, it fucking is."
Try doing it on our side, Heidi. It's even more funner. What are your messages?
Rosemary says, "Hooray!" By the way, so just throwing that out. Yeah.
A lot of success going on here.
Yeah,
this is awesome. For our personal friends and ourselves as well.
I think there's breakout times coming. Like Heidi, you're on the verge of something. Some sort of change. That sounds weird, but well, no. Okay, I'm trying to intervene, and I shouldn't. Are you trying to move now or something? Is there something related to a move coming up, maybe for you? Or some type of change. It might be an office move. It might be a abode move.
Home, family, religion, work. You got a garden, you're moving landscape, you're moving from the right side to the left side. I mean, it's some kind of move. Changing cars, changing relationships. But honestly, I think you're more on to the location thing is, yeah. So a location is moving, is changing.
Yeah. And I'm and it's going to be good. Don't get stressed out about it. Whatever it's a good thing. And you're going to be more it's going to help. It's going to kick some stuff off, and things are going to start kind of rolling better for you. Whatever
more efficient.
it is. Yeah. So,
more useful, abundant.
Yes.
Proactive words that would all, plug one in here. It's going to work. Yeah.
Some sort of big shift coming, and it's going to be one of those. Oh, okay. And then you'll settle right in, but
you'll be like, I wonder why we didn't do this sooner. Yeah.
So
it'll be a good revelation.
Yeah. Okay. And then Peaches. Hello, Peaches. She says, "What messages do my guides have for me?"
Oh, they're talking. They're saying, Peaches, you teach more than you think you do. You are a perpetual student. You always learn, you always grow, you always expand, even in what they call hateful or distasteful situations. However, you may not always be aware that you're actually teaching those around you. They're not discounting, they're not saying you have no awareness. They're saying you teach even more than you think. Even people you freak out or annoy or shock or whatever, they too are gaining profound life lessons from you. Therefore, the advice attached to that quasi-obvious pointing out is maintain your integrity to the highest level. Having said that, you already have very high integrity. They're saying it's time to learn about integrity outside of the definition box that you subscribe to now. They're not showing me what that looks like. Damn it. That would be really interesting for sure, because they're saying integrity 2.0 is another phrase they just threw out there. And they're saying this does mean, I'm asking psychically, what does, okay, if you're not going to tell me what it is, can you show me what it looks like so I can describe it a little bit? And they're saying this has to do with acting as a teacher energy, not actually an instructor, but a teacher energy towards people who are taken aback, a little bit shocked, not sure, whatever, and actually stepping into a space of being, it looks like, a little bit confrontational towards them, instead of just saying, your world, whatever, take what you want and leave the rest. I don't care. I'm not attached to your journey, which is excellent integrity right here, right? You don't want to sandbag yourself or anyone else by attaching to them. They're saying, push them a little, just a little. Don't shove them over the burning cliff. Although you might want to sometimes. Don't do it. What they're saying is push them a little closer to the fire and say, really? What don't you like about that fire? Do you think it's going to burn you, or is it calling your name and you don't like that? And let them walk the rest of the way. All you're doing is sort of going, really, take another look before you shut the door. And then I'll leave you alone.
Yeah.
That's the best example they could give me.
Okay.
I'm hearing, have fun with that, Peaches.
All right. Joseph said thanks. Lisa said thanks. Angela's excited. She says, "Give me them kiddos," because we were talking about them,
Yeah.
Velcroing themselves. And Heather
Sweet
even
babies.
gave Angela a thumbs up kind of deal. And Angela says, "I love the little munchkins and hope to make a positive difference in their life." So cool deal.
Angela, you were a phenomenal and still are a phenomenal mother. These babies will so appreciate you. Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. Okay. So then we've got Heather.
Natasha says hi.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll get down there in a minute. Okay, so Heather says,
I'm too far down. You're right.
Dragonflies have been all around me for weeks, mainly while sitting in my car on break or lunch. What are they trying to tell me? Oh my gosh.
Ours, hit it. They're your friends.
I love dragonflies. Of course, you're better with the animal stuff than I am, but it's like change and spiritual influences and they're a sign that things are changing and that you're progressing and advancing, and they're tuning into that. Yeah, they're and I love because they just the layers on there, because you think about dragons and dragonflies, and you think about that dragonflies are, you don't see them all the time. And then when you see a bunch of them coming one after the other, I mean, I had one just about land on me the other day, and it was like, oh, this is so cool. Because they show a strength, they're responding to a strength within. They're also responding to, they're bringing messages of energy and support. Yeah, it's like a giant spotlight and going, you're on. Does that, I mean, what can you add to that, Margot?
There's a military vibe in here too. When Iris was talking about how they come flying at you, I heard platoon. More than one of them coming at you. Yeah, meow. And but the military vibe could also be a representation of superstructure, very black and white, very clear. You execute step 1, then step 2, then step 3, then step 4, step 5 with precision, and you don't screw around with it. It can be that kind. It's not necessarily, U.S., Navy, Army, Air Force, Space Force. It's not necessarily that kind of military, but with precision and apparently high tech and something to do with airborne, being airborne.
Yeah.
And that was it. That was, I just got vague pieces to add to that.
Okay. Joseph says, what message are you getting for me? You want to take that one?
I can jump on out there. Let's see what we got. Just I can't ask questions. That'll take forever. The person that calls himself Joseph. Okay, what they're doing is they're showing me a series of images and sometimes words that may seem a little abstract. However, their context will be more clear to you, Joseph, because it's your stuff in your life. So you'll understand the message better than I will, or anyone else will. But Iris might tune in and pick up on something. There might be a thread. I'm picking up on a chef and a food preparation thing going on for you, Joseph. I literally am seeing from the Muppets, the Swedish chef, bark, 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 with his mustache and hairy eyebrows and big white hat. And Beaker. But it's more of the chef himself, but the chef also morphed into a real human, actually doing stuff in a kitchen. He didn't stay a puppet toy thing. And they showed me after a while that the chef is you, but they didn't show me exactly what the chef entity was making or preparing. And I got the impression that the surroundings were a kitchen. However, it could have been a laboratory. Okay, it could just as easily have been a laboratory. The bottom vibe on that is that you're creating something in a laboratory controlled environment.
Joseph says, oh my God, I'm cooking dinner right now.
What color is your shirt? Is it white? Or is your apron white? That's what I keep seeing. Do you have a handlebar mustache like the Swedish chef does? So, okay, guys, if you're talking about what he's doing right now, can you show me the next thing he needs to know? They're saying, no, this is your gift. They're saying, no, we're talking about it already. What they're trying to point out, Joseph, is that you have gifts that you think are mundane, day to day. Oh, yeah, I cook. I'm a decent cook. Black shirt, okay. I'm a decent cook, blah, 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 blah. They're asking you to be more aware of the effect of the gesture of cooking does, the ripple it sends out. Yes.
I just got like this huge chill. Cooking is sacred.
Yes. Thank
You're
you. That's the
creating a
clarity I'm looking for.
sacred,
It's creating.
yes,
You're
it is
creating
very sacred.
medicine.
And it doesn't matter whether you're vegan
The
or
substance
or
doesn't matter.
carnivore, it doesn't matter. But you're working with natural, you work with natural things that the earth provides for us in making. And he said, oh my God, I just got chills. Yeah. He said that too. So and when you're cooking, if you think about it, most people who really enjoy cooking are cooking with things that are natural. And then that is something that you have a gift for and should be sharing with others, because people are realizing they need to get away from processed foods and get more natural, and how to do that, whether it's garden stuff or that kind of thing. So anyway, um it's just Breaking Bad. I don't know if it's a relation to this or not. I haven't read enough of the comments, but all I can think of is, no, we're not going to get into chemistry here.
I think that's where she was going.
Yeah, but Joseph, it's you've got this natural gift, like Margot was saying, and you're working with what the earth provides, and it's a very sacred type thing. And so start paying attention to what you're doing, and what you're doing is going to help other people. Yeah, he said he's not doing that kind of cooking. Yeah,
Yeah, it's not that kind of
Oh,
chemical
vegan.
cooking at this point.
Might be more profitable, but not in
This
the
is
end.
more of
It's
a
going to be more life.
medicinal personal growth kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Food and sustenance and
So,
nutrition, not profit and buzz highs. All right.
yeah.
So
Okay.
pulling through here.
All right. I answered.
Cindy is a
Oh, I want to
new
come back
person.
to Miranda
Yes.
asked another question, but and I told Miranda we'd wait till everybody else had their first question, but I can go ahead and jump in because I got the answer to this as soon as I saw it, and
Go.
you can back me
Go.
up if you think.
Yes.
She said, "When do you see me and my boyfriend moving out?" I'm thinking you'll be out when you get pregnant. Within a couple of months, you're going to be wanting to nest. And I'm thinking you'll be settled in just in time to enjoy Thanksgiving and be thankful for your new abode.
October.
Yeah.
Late October, early November. Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I heard 2 months from now.
Yes.
I back you up on that one. Cindy
And
says
Cindy,
a couple of
and she
different
asked a
ones.
question further down.
Do
Yeah,
you
she
see
came
all my
down and
gifts
asked.
and what should I be doing? And then
Wait
she
a
wrote
minute.
hummingbirds.
No, wait. We're not there yet. Cindy asked a question about asking questions, and I answered it. And then Edie came in with a question.
Oh,
Surgery scheduled at last in hopes of being able to walk freely for the first time in many years. Anything I should know in regards to this?
Made you think we froze the camera for a second.
Yeah. Edie, quit worrying about it. Don't worry about it. Let it happen. It's going to be fine. The main thing is just to relax and let the doctors do their job and listen to what they have to tell you afterwards and do what they say. Don't make excuses.
Very good. Edie, you're going to have to toast the rope on somebody else's terms for several months. And that just might kill you. But it's okay. I'm just teasing you, sweetie. I know you're a sweetheart. And yeah, you got good doctors. Lean into it. Do what they say. And if you don't understand why, ask instead of not doing it. Find out, get some answers and find a way to allow yourself to do whatever it is that they're asking of you next.
Miranda said thank you, and Joseph said thank you. And
You're welcome. You're welcome. Our
let's
pleasure.
see. Okay, so I got to go back up to Edie. Then Peaches also said thank you. I avoid confrontation, so this should be fun. And then Cindy, do you see all my gifts, and what should I be doing now?
And then you asked her to specify.
No, she was talking about hummingbirds in response to the dragonflies.
To somebody else. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And
Oh,
then
Morty,
and then
Dad was
she
a drill sergeant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dad was a drill sergeant because they're talking about
The military platoon.
Yeah. So is
Okay.
Cindy and Heather related?
I do not know. Heather is
Okay.
related to someone else that comes in the chat, but not. I don't think she's related to Cindy. Do you see all my gifts, and what should I do now?
I know exactly how that part goes. Anxious for the freedom. Yes. So Edie, it'll come to you. So
Let go, sweetie. It's coming. It's absolutely coming. Of course, it never shows up the way you expected, but you really, really need to just relax into it and let go of the outcome as best you can. Yeah.
Okay. Cindy's not related. It was just, I think she was just commenting on the conversation that we were having earlier. So going back to Cindy, do you see all my gifts, and what should I be doing now?
We're creating an event based on answering that question. For next year. Yeah, next year.
Should we mention anything, or
you want to mention a teaser, since we kind of mentioned it last week a little bit?
Yeah, we're in the process of planning. It's just in the writing stages and getting ready to make the reservations for a location. But we're going to have an Eyes of Indigo kind of a retreat conference event. It'll be a 4 days, a Thursday evening through Sunday morning event. And the idea is to be have an immersive healing experience, heal the healers kind of event is what we're kicking around. So we've got a couple of people already lined up that are willing to come speak, and we're talking about what we're going to talk about. And and
we're looking at March at the beach.
Yes,
we're looking at Emerald Isle in March. So yeah, we'll make announcements and put stuff out, but that's what you just asked for is what we're focusing on. What are your gifts? Taking them to the next level.
And she's in Kentucky. But
you can still come. It's in March. You got time. Find a way to get here.
Yeah, Heidi's already on board. That's great.
Yeah.
So you could come, and V says she can make it a work trip. So good. We're glad people are getting excited about it. Cindy, even if whether or not you can come to our event in March,
we can still answer you for.
And the thing is, you need to and Rosemary's commenting. Cindy, you need to. Yeah, it's like I'm like.
No, I do it all the time.
I'm like, it's there, and the words are not coming.
I do it all the time. I see a mirror and I'm like, oh my God, this is what we look like.
I feel like a cat hogging a fur ball. It's like it's there.
Yeah,
and poor Cindy's going, would y'all get to the point? Okay.
No, we have to play.
Yeah. So Cindy, the event came up because you asked your question, and so it was a good time just to mention it to everybody, just to kind of, okay, here's a teaser. But whether or not you can come to that, we'd love to have you come to it. But whether or not you can, what you can do is find other like-minded people to commune in person with. That is what you need now. In person or communicate. No, in person.
Safe space.
Yeah.
Safe space to practice and talk to each other about it, and practice and talk about it and practice.
Yeah. You're there. You just don't have, I'm seeing you don't really have an outlet right now. And you need to create an outlet for yourself and create an environment with like-minded people. So, and keep coming to our show and we'll talk to you and, that kind of thing. But do find people in your area. You can go to meetup.com and see
That's
if
what I was
anybody
about
has
to say.
any
Yeah.
groups. Look on Facebook and see if there's any groups on Facebook that also have live group meetings in your area, that kind of thing.
Or Zoom meetings online.
You might also find a local holistic or metaphysical shop that has
events.
And go to those. Even if it's stuff that maybe you already know how to do, see how other people are doing it and experience being in that environment with other people.
Let people introduce you to other people that you remind me of my sister. You remind me of my sister's boyfriend and him and his family. All right. Keep introducing them until you start meeting more men and women like you that have similar interests, and you will naturally catapult each other on your strongest gifts and bring up your gifts as well that need more boosting. Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Network yourself, sweetie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. K's the next one. Where am I meant to be in the sense of independence versus connection? Wow.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Think 5D, honey.
Honey, both.
You're thinking 3D. Both. You're thinking 3D, and that's independence versus connection. Two different things in that context. That's a 3D view of those concepts. There's another way to look at them that's more useful now. You're welcome.
Yeah. That was the same thing.
You can be entirely independent and totally connected at the same time, at different levels for different purposes, under different energies. When you start leaning into your 5D awareness, your fifth dimensional awareness, go beyond your fourth dimensional chaos transitional change awareness, and get into your higher vibrating 5D self, to give you a little bit of a brain wrap on what the hell is 5D awareness and living. What's that like? To give you an idea, Jesus of Nazareth was a 5D creature person when he was on Earth, when they were writing about him. So teleportation, automatic healing, telekinetics, telepathic thought transfer, direct connection to the source, speaking all kinds of languages, wide perception, a complete intolerance for untruth, things like that.
And something else, okay, and the big one is, well, when you talk about Jesus and being in 5D, it's going beyond, it's recognizing we are all connected. So yes, we are independent individuals, but we're all connected. And because we're connected, it's easier to forgive, it's easier to understand other people, it's easier to look past people's faults, and look at what they have to offer. And I think those are all things that need your attention right now. Yeah. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
So we did that earlier conversation. And then V says, my question is, I have been having little blips of the following day pop up in my dreams very frequently. I will dream and then see it. What does this mean? And she added something to it. When you get to it, I remember these dreams vividly, and later in the day, I'm seeing what I dreamed.
She also wrote, it's more like a deja vu. She wrote that in another comment.
Okay, did I skip it?
That's okay. Ooh, I could make a work trip. Okay, yeah, you could.
Nothing that means anything. Right. It's more than it's more than deja vu.
It's more of a deja vu. Sweetie, you're leaving 3D in your sleep and you're going out in the 4 and 5D during your dream time, during your dream space, which means you can hop over to other times and other dimensions at will. Traditionally, humans do this almost spontaneously since humans were first created billions and millions of years ago. But as we evolve, we do it more conscientiously and on purpose. We actually call that lucid dreaming, Lucid, lucid dreaming, when you're consciously controlling what's happening in the dream and who you talk to and what shows up and what goes away. That's all called lucid dreaming. But there's other types of dreaming, and you're stepping into that. This predictive dreaming that you're talking about is basically another gift set waking up in you. Not like deja vu. Yeah. This is not deja vu. Is something else. This is literally you visiting the future and bringing it back into the present during your sleep time, and then the future happens, and you've already intellectually seen it in your sleep time. Iris, go ahead.
And it's also a sign that you're ready to recognize these abilities. You know, when sometimes things, when we're able to remember things that happened while we were sleeping, or recognize things that are happening that happened in our sleep, we're being shown it's safe. It's a safe way for you to be able to know that you can do this without necessarily being asleep. So you can invite that to come to your waking
like a rehearsal?
moments.
Are you saying like a
Yeah.
rehearsal? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an easy way. I mean, you know, because you're asleep, so your conscious mind's not going to interfere with the messages. So it's easier to get them to you. But then you kind of go, well, shit, if I can do this when I'm asleep, why can't I do it when I'm awake? And they'll go, but you can. Here you go.
And now you can. Bing!
Yeah.
Try using more lucid techniques, lucid dreaming techniques, so that you can actually participate both awake and asleep. You can do it both ways. Yeah. And we'd love to see you at the event next year.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Catherine Dunn, what message are you getting for me? Love the picture, Catherine. That's great. I love the energy in that picture.
Girl, you are gorgeous.
Yes.
You got some man candy there with you too, but you're pretty. Y'all look beautiful.
Yeah, and happy.
Yeah.
I mean, they got that.
What message you got from me? Catherine, you are happiness. What message are you getting from me? First, start talking about what you got. What you're reading on her. And she can figure out what the message is from there.
Yeah. Am I seeing a blue aura around them in there?
Mm-hmm. Energetically, yeah. That's truth. That's throat chakra. That's speaking your truth. Yeah.
So you are in a good relationship. You know that, and that's stupid, and I don't mean that as it's
affirmation, Iris. It's just an affirmation.
Yes, yeah, it's affirmation, but it's also deeper than just the surface of, oh, I married the man I love, so of course I'm in a good relationship. No, you are very truthful with each other, and that truth is going to carry you far. Stay in your truth. There's something about the truth. Stay in your truth.
Encourage him to stay in his truth too, which means you're going to have to allow him to do that, because sometimes his truth is not going to be as pretty.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Y'all need to still stay in those truths and give each other that safe space to good, bad, and the ugly.
And recognize that the same thing's going to come from you. Sometimes your truths are not going to be received well to each other, and don't hold it back then, because your tendency is, oh, I'm expressing my truth and he's not receiving it, so I'm going to pull back. Don't pull back. Recognize that because you are naturally attracted couple for your truths and for for your souls to communicate, that you're gonna, no matter how difficult it is to maintain your truth, if he's not accepting it, you will work through that together, and you will be able to recognize even more of each other. You will learn from each other by sharing your truths.
Y'all are going to grow even further.
Yeah.
The potential for the two of you to grow together is tremendous.
Yes.
Tremendous. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really,
You guys could actually be a huge power couple.
yeah.
I'm not. I mean, okay. I'm saying in which world? Finance, spirituality, health, family, and they said pick one. Anything the two of you want to be a power couple in, you could do it. Start your own podcast, start your own empire, start your own enterprise institution, start your own ashram, whatever you want to do. Yeah, you two would be a huge power couple from a really beautiful, positive space that would make you very happy in two different ways that work together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very cohesive and synchronized. You're looking at you guys are like, yeah, past lives, lots of times, soulmates, good stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, and so that's something and that's what they want you to focus on is holding your truth, regardless,
Yeah.
and growing from it and being kind to each other during that. Yeah. So,
During the shifting from truth to truth.
Yeah. So great.
Go be big. Yeah, go be big.
Yeah, I think we've gotten to the end of our questions, and it's a good time.
Sure.
Time to end the
It
show.
is. We're right at 1 hour.
Yeah.
So next week we got some really cool stuff coming out. What is that, Iris?
That is next week. We're gonna clones. Copy that. We're going down a rabbit hole, and we are going to share. Oh well, let me show that back again. We are going to talk about clones next week. You hear it in the news. You hear it in the conspiracies. You know, and we're going to cover all angles of it. So please join us for that. And then on August 30th,
yes.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the meaning of holding space and what does that mean? How do you do it? You hear people say it, you know, but what does it? What's the energy and meaning behind that? So we're going to talk about that.
How do you hold space?
Yeah. So, a couple of good, and then we'll have a next month's series lined up for you, and we'll share that as well. So, same bat time, same bat channel. We record live, but the shows are available. We do them live, but they're available in recordings. So check them out, YouTube and Facebook, and share, like, help us grow. Yeah.
Thank you for listening, and thank you for watching. Namaste.
Yes. Namaste.
Aloha. Sheshe arigato.
Thank you for joining the Eyes of Indigo with Iris Carter and Margot Ross Sears. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this podcast. Music is Arcadia by Kevin MacLeod. Find us at facebook.com/Eyes of Indigo, on YouTube under @Iris Carter Enterprises, and on various podcast aggregators. Copyright 2023 by Iris Carter and Margot Ross Sears.